This is the web series for the love of BIM, promoting Barbados, everything Bajan Canadian, and everything Canadian Bajan. Welcome to another episode in the web series for the love of BIM. I am your host, Consul General Sonia Marville-Carter, and today we're going to be featuring two people. The first is Honorary Consul Marilyn Moseley, and the second is Barbadian photography student Joy Maynard. We'll start with Marilyn Moseley, but before we get to Marilyn, let me just explain to you what an honorary consul actually is. An honorary consul is an individual appointed to represent the government of a country in the particular town, city, state, province, or country in which they reside. The appointee is usually someone well known in their community, of good standing, and are well positioned to advance, in our case, Barbados's policies, serve the diaspora in the region, along with promote trade, business, and employment opportunities for Barbados and Barbadians. They are an integral part of the mission and are entitled honorary because the position is just that, honorary, in other words, unpaid. The persons chosen are proud and honored to represent and promote the country's interests, and whereas an honorary consul is not mandated to be a citizen of the country they represent, in Barbados's case, all of our honorary consuls in Canada are homegrown, that is, Barbadian citizens. They all perform their duties for love of country. Yes, they do it for the love of BIM. As you know, Barbados's High Commission to Canada is situated in the capital, Ottawa, and the consulate is in Toronto, the business capital and where the majority of the diaspora reside. But we do still have nationals in other provinces along with business interests, potential travelers and investors, and that is where the honorary consuls come in. So we have 5 honorary consuls in Canada. One is in British Columbia, and you will get to meet her shortly. We have 2 in Alberta, so that's 1 in Calgary and 1 in Edmonton. We also have an honorary consul in Quebec and 1 in Nova Scotia, all of whom you will be introduced to in coming episodes. So today you'll get to meet Marilyn Moseley, who is our honorary consul in Vancouver, Canada. And Marilyn and her family moved from Barbados to Canada in 1974, and she has been the honorary consul for Barbados in Vancouver since 2015. Let's meet Marilyn.
Vancouver is a coastal seaport city on the mainland of British Columbia, Canada. It frequently ranks highly as one of the world's most livable cities. Surrounded by water, Vancouver has one of the mildest climates of all Canadian cities. That makes
Hi, welcome, come in. This is the Barbados Consulate in British Columbia. Welcome. I'm Marilyn Moseley, Honorary Consul for Barbados here in British Columbia. And let me just take you on a tour of the Barbados Consulate. It is an office that I share with the Caribbean Business Center. And the young lady who is formerly the Honorary Consul for Jamaica here in British Columbia. So this is my consulate space. Over here is where I have on display some Bajan products and information about Barbados. This is represents Raphael Drake's or Raphael Gourmet Foods, making Bajan hot sauce seasoning. Dolores Calendar Taylor, a young writer here in British Columbia with her husband Tony. And then of course down here I have all kinds of information for people wanting to know more about Barbados, getting married in Barbados, Barbados Liaison, Invest Barbados. Here are just a couple of the things that I do as honorary consul. I help Bajan nationals complete passport applications, all kinds of passport inquiries, I travel visa inquiries, people looking for information about citizenship by descent. Also constantly promoting Barbados as a destination for travel, personal travel or for business. And always looking for opportunities for people to invest in Barbados. There is also the exciting things that I do, which I really enjoy as Honorary Consul, and things like showcasing and representing Barbados at various multicultural events and festivals and receptions and the dinners. And of course, speaking engagements at schools, especially the elementary schools and Rotary clubs. I also enjoy presenting certificates for milestone birthdays to our Bajan nationals. As a people, we have contributed so much to British Columbia since the 1850s, and the most notable is Colonel Richard Clement Moody, after which the city of Port Moody in British Columbia was named. He was born in Barbados in 1813 and is best known as the founder and first Lieutenant Governor of British Columbia. And in fact, in 2013, to commemorate his bicentennial year, I organized a tour from British Columbia to Barbados, and we had about 30 people join us on that tour. Memorable tour. Today, we still have many top Bajans in their fields. Most notable is Dr. Winston Gittins and Dr. Paul Steinbach. Both are top in their fields as neurosurgeon. We also have many more Bajans that are top and outstanding, but unfortunately, I only have so much time to do this video, so I'm not able to mention them. In 1994, I founded the Barbados Cultural Association of BC, and they honored me in 2016, which was Barbados's 50th year of independence. They honored me and made me a lifetime member. And today, the Barbados Cultural Association is still functioning and very active, and they continue to promote Barbados culturally with events such as the Independence celebrations, a taste of Barbados, participation in the City of Surrey's Fusion Festival, which is a large multicultural event with over 100,000 plus visitors over the 2 days. I represent Barbados at numerous multicultural community and cultural events, including things like leaders prayer breakfast, speaking engagements at schools, Rotary, any group who asks about Barbados. I am always willing to give them more information and of course tell them about the contributions that we as Bajans have made here in the province since as early as the 1900s. I'm a member of the Surrey Board of Trade. I'm also a member of the Consular Corps of British Columbia. I sit on the board as Honorary Consul for 2 organizations. Both organizations help disenfranchised adults and children, and we do work here in British Columbia, but we also work in Barbados, in Jamaica, and in Zambia. I organize with the Caribbean Business Center. We sponsor a Caribbean Christmas lunch for seniors, so it's not just for Caribbean people, it's everyone. And we do things like your regular Christmas fare, black cake, ginger beer, sorrel mobby, macaroni pie, and things that come with Christmas. So that is very well attended and people enjoy it. People look forward to coming out and being a part of that event. And of course, everything I do as Honorary Consul, I do for the love of BIM.
Thank you, Marilyn, for the great work you are doing representing Barbados as a part of our team. Now permit me to introduce our second feature, and that's Joy Maynard. I'll let Joy do the talking.
Hi everyone, my name is Joy. I am a Barbadian photographer and graphic designer. I started out at Commermere, and then I went to Lodge, and then Barbados Community College, and at the Community College is where I started to specify which side of art I wanted to pick. So I decided to go for graphic design. So I got my bachelor's degree for graphic design, and then all that time I knew that I liked photography, but there wasn't a lot of emphasis on the photography at that time. So there were some scouts who came from Van Arts, and they talked to us about the program that they have in Vancouver, and I loved it. I decided I'm going to do that, and like it was 3 years after, 2 years after I finished BCC, I moved away from Barbados to Vancouver so that I can do their photography program. It was pretty scary at first, especially because I had never not lived with my parents before. So now this is going to be the first time I'm living by myself. Sorry, this is going to be the first time I'm living without my parents in a completely different country where I have no family all around, right? My boyfriend, he came with me though, just to support me so that, you know, I could focus on what it is I needed to do and not decide, oh, I want to go back home. So yeah, he came with me. So I started a program, and it was with 10 other girls. And to get a photography class with 10 girls, no guys, is rare. So I felt really blessed to be a part of that class. They taught us so many different things. They taught us the business of photography. They taught us the history. They taught us the creative side. They gave us, you know, the tools that we needed to express and to create our own style. So that was very important, that everybody came out of there, if not knowing their own style, on their way to finding their own style. I'm still trying to find mine. So yeah, so now I have my degree for graphic design and then photography, and then Corona hit. So my initial plan was just to find some, you know, odd work so that I can, you know, just get what I needed. But with Corona here now, it made me change everything basically. I had to change what I wanted to do with my business. I had kind of started a small business. It's called Maynard, Photography and Graphic Design, M-A-Y-E-D. And I had, you know, began to test out my business skills beforehand. So now it was, do I try to resume it? Do I try to get a job? All of these different things. But one thing my tutors kept telling me was that I needed to show more of my personality, and I needed to show more of myself, because I had branded my entire business without my face. I didn't want anybody to know it was me. I just wanted to be able to, you know, do this, bam, 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 get what I needed. But they were trying to encourage me to put more of myself out there. So from that, and with Corona as well, me being at home, I decided I would have started an Instagram live. I do it every Wednesday. We talk, it's called You Teach Me, I Teach You. So I will talk about a lot of small business stuff. So because small businesses are my target audience. I don't know if I mentioned that I was doing commercial photography. I decided I wanted to do commercial photography. So as I was targeting small businesses, a lot of them, I noticed they needed help. They needed help with what they wanted to do. They needed help with their path. They needed help with, you know, like just basically structure and like anything they needed help with. I tried to talk about it and I tried to address it during You Teach Me, I Teach You. And in exchange, they would teach me things like how to do my makeup. They would teach me anything I really wanted to know, so that it wasn't just a one-way thing. Like everybody's learning at the same time. So for that, my Instagram, it is Maynard Photography and Design, M-A-Y-E-D-P-D is my Instagram handle. And there you will see my portfolio. Oh, I did get a portfolio from school. We had to get a physical portfolio. So here it is. They had made sure that it was as professional as possible. So here's my logo and stuff like that. And the first time I showed this to my friends, they were like, ooh, they were like really encouraging me. So yeah, but all of these images are on my Instagram. So you will be able to find them there. As I mentioned, I'm home with Corona, so I do all of my work from at home. I take as many pictures as I can from at home. Like I bought these different tools so I can do everything myself. Like this thing here, this trigger, it triggers my light. And I bought another trigger for the camera so that I can be in front of the camera and behind it at the same time. Like I try to find every way to do as many things as possible. I started a social media course as well. So that social media course kind of pushed me to do You Teach Me, I Teach You as well. So I just finished shooting some plate shoots for my composite. A composite is when you take multiple images and you try to stitch them together as one. So like last week I shot the background, which would have been paints, and it was for hair dye. So it was the kids' hair dyes and paint brushes on the canvas, like all these different, like, you know, I tried different things to see what works and what doesn't work. And then today, I shot myself the portrait. So that's why my hair is like this. I shot the actual portrait to put into that composite. So yeah, we're gonna see how that one turns out. Hopefully the idea that I had was good enough and it'll be nice. So it has been really, really hard emotionally not being at home. And my first year here, it was like, okay, I have 9 more months till I get to go home. I have such and such more months till I get to go home, and I will be calling my sister so I can talk to my sister. She had a baby like right before I left, and then she had a baby like about a year and a half before, so she's 2 babies. So then I would call and I would want to speak to the babies, and then I would want to speak to my little sister to annoy her. Like if I never left, I just tried to make it seem like I never left. Like just make sure everybody could pretend that I'm still there, and then I would have been great. So that's kind of how I made it through my first year here. Just, it's a mind thing, guys. It's a mind thing. I just want to give a special shout out to For the Love of BIM for featuring me. I really appreciate it. I really love the opportunity to be able to talk about what I've been doing, how everything's been going, and you know, like if there's anybody there who thinks that they need some help, you know where to find me. And thank you.
Thank you, Joy. We went a little over our usual time today, but I think you will agree with me in saying that they were both very interesting features. So thank you, Marilyn, and thank you, Joy. Viewers, join us next week when we'll have another episode of For the Love of BIM. Until then, stay safe.